You want- So you have it in front of you if I start, right? It said 7:10. We'll give it a few more minutes. إن شاء الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. استغفر الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم الرحمن الرحيم ذو الجلال والإكرام وأتوب إليه من جميع ظلمي وجرمي وإسرافي على نفسي فأتوب إليه. يا دائم الفضل على البرية يا باسط اليدين بالعطية يا صاحب المواهب السنية صل على محمد وآله خير الورى سجية واغفر لنا يا ذا العلا في هذه العشية. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم إني أسألك برحمتك التي وسعت كل شيء وبقوتك التي قهرت بها كل شيء وخضع له كل شيء وذل له كل شيء وبجبروتك التي قلبت بها كل شيء وبعزتك التي لا يقوم لها شيء وبعظمتك التي ملأت كل شيء وبسلطانك الذي على كل شيء وبوجهك الباغي بعد فناء كل شيء وبأسمائك التي ملأت أركان كل شيء وبعلمك الذي أحاط بكل شيء وبنور وجهك الذي أضاء له كل شيء. يا نور يا قدوس يا نور يا قدوس يا نور يا قدوس يا أول الأولين ويا آخر الآخرين. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تهدك الإصابة. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تنزل النقام. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تغير النعم. اللهم اغفر اغفر لي الذنوب التي تحبس الدعاء. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تنزل البلاء. اللهم اغفر لي كل ذنب أذنبته وكل خطيئة أخطأتها. اللهم إني أتقرب إليك بذكري واستشفع بك إلى نفسي، وأسألك بجودك أن تدنيني من غربي، وأن توزعني شكري، وأن تلهمني ذكري. اللهم إني أسألك صال خاضع متذلل خاشع أن تسامحني وترحمني وتجعلني بقسمك راضيا قانعا، وفي جميع الأحوال متواضعا. اللهم وأسألك صال من اشتدت فاقته وأنزل بك عند الشدائد حاجته، وأذم فيما عندك رغبته. اللهم أذم سلطانه وعلى مكانه، وخفي مكروه، وبهر أمره، وغلب قهره، وجرى قدرته، ولا يمكن الفرار من حكومته. اللهم لا أجد لذنوبي غافرا، ولا لغبائه ساترا، ولا لشيء من عملي الغبي بالحسن مبدلا غيره. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك وبحمدك ظلمت نفسي، ظلمت نفسي، ظلمت نفسي، وتجارت بجهلي، وسكنت إلى قديم ذكرك لي ومنك علي. اللهم مولاي كم من قبيح سترت، وكم من فادح من البلاء أغلت، وكم من إثار وقيت، وكم من مكروه دفت، وكم من ثناء جميل لست أهلا له نشرت. اللهم أضم بلائي وأفرت بي سوء حالي، وقصرت بي أعمالي، وغعدت بي أغلالي، وحبسني عن نفعي بعد أملي، وخدعتني الدنيا بغرورها، ونفسي بخيانتها، ومثالي يا سيدي، فأسألك بعزتك أن لا يحجب عنك دعائي سوء عملي وفعالي،
ولا تفضحني بخفي ما اطلعت عليه من سري، ولا تعاجلني بالغوبة ألا ما عملت في خلباتي من سوء فعلي وإساءتي ودوام تفريتي وجهالتي وكثرة شهواتي وغفلتي، وكن اللهم بعزتك لي في كل الأحوال رؤوفا، وعلي في جميع الأمور عطوفا. إلهي وربي من لي غيره، أسأل كشف ضري والنذر في أمري. إلهي ومولاي أجريت علي حكما اتبعته فيه هوى نفسي، ولم أهترس فيه من تزيين عدوي، فغرني بما أهوى وأسعده على ذلك القضاء، فتجاوزت بما جرى علي من ذلك بعض حدوده، وخالفت بعض أوامره. فلك الحمد فلك الحجة علي في جميع ذلك، ولا حجة لي فيما جرى علي فيه قضاء، وألزمني حكمك وبلاء، وقد أتيتك يا إلهي بعد تقصيري وإسرافي على نفسي، مؤتذرا نادما منكسرا مستغيلا مستغفرا منيبا مغرا مذعنا مغترفا، لا أجد مفرا مما كان مني، ولا مفزعا أتوجه إليه في أمري غير قبولك عذري وإدخالك إياي في سعة من رحمتك. اللهم فاقبل عذري وارحم شدة ضري، وفكني من شد وثاقي. يا رب ارحم ضعف بدني، يا رب ارحم ضعف بدني، يا رب ارحم ضعف بدني، ورقة جلدي ودقة عظمي. يا من بدأ خلقي وذكري وتربيتي وبري وتغذيتي، أبني لابتداء كرمي وسالف بالركب يا إلهي وسيدي وربي أتراك معذبي بنارك بعد توحيدي وبعد ما انتوى عليه قلبي من معرفتي ولهج بي لساني من ذكري واعتقد وميري من حبك وبعد صدق اعترافي ودعائي خاضعا لربوبيته هيهات أنت أكرم من أن تزيئ من ربيته أو تبئد من أدليته أو تشرد من آويته أو تسلم إلى البلاء من كفيته ورحمته وليت شعري يا سيدي وإلهي ومولاي أتسلط النار على وجوه خرت لعظمتك ساجدا وعلى ألسن نتقن بتوحيدك صادقا وبشكرك مادحا وعلى قلوب اعترفت بإلهيتك محققا وعلى ضمائر حوت من العلم بك حتى صارت خاشعة وعلى جوارح سعت إلى أوتان تعبدك طائعة وأشارت باستغفارك مذعنة ما هكذا الظن بي ولا أخبرنا بفضلك عنه يا كريم يا كريم يا كريم يا رب وأنت تعلم ضعفي أن قليل من بلاء الدنيا وعقوباتها وما يجري فيها من المكاره ألا أهلها ألا أن ذلك بلاء ومكروه قليل مكثوه يسير بقاؤه قصير مدته فكيف احتمالي لبلاء الآخرة وجليل وقوع المكاره فيها وهو بلاء تطول مدته ويدوم مقامه ولا يخفف عن أهله لأنه لا يكون إلا عن غضبه وانتقامك وسخطه وهذا ما لا تقوم له السماوات والأرض يا سيدي فكيف لي وأنا عبدك ضعيف ذليل حقير المسكين المستكين يا إلهي وربي وسيدي ومولاي لأي الأمور إليك أشكو ولما منها أضج وأبكي لأليم العذاب وشدته أملت للبلاء ومندته فلئن سيرتني للعقوبات مع أعدائي وجمعت بيني وبين أهل بلائك وفرقت بيني وبين أحبائك وأوليائك فأبني يا إلهي وسيدي ومولاي وربي صبرت على عذابك فكيف أصبر على فراقك وهبني صبرت على حر نارك فكيف أصبر عن النذر إلى كرامتك أم كيف أسكن في النار ورجائي عفوك فبعزتك يا سيدي ومولاي أقسم صادقا لئن تركتني لا تغار لأذجن إليك بين أهلها ضجيج العاملين ولا أصرخن إليك صراخ المستصرخين ولا أبكين عليك بكاء الفاقدين ولا أنادينك أين كنت يا ولي المؤمنين يا غاية آمال العارفين يا غياث المستغيثين يا غياث يا حبيب قلوب الصادقين ويا إله العالمين أفتراك سبحانك يا إلهي وبحمدك تسمع فيها صوت عبد مسلم سجن فيها بمخالفته وضاقت عذابه بمعصيته وحبس بين أتباعها بجرمه وجريرته وهو يلج إليك ضجيج مؤمل لرحمته ويناديك بلسان أهل توحيده ويتوسل إليك بربوبيته يا مولاي فكيف يبقى في العظام وهو يرجو ما سلف من حلمك أم كيف تؤلمه النار وهو يامل فضلك ورحمتك أم كيف يؤرقه لهيبا وأنت تسمع صوته وترى مكانه أم كيف يشتمل عليه زفيرا وأنت تعلم ضعفه أم كيف يتقلقل بين أتباعه وأنت تعلم صدقه أم كيف تزجر زبانيته وهو يناديك يا رب أم كيف يرجو فضلك في عتقه منها فتترك فيها حياة ما ذلك الظن بي ولا المعروف من فضلي ولا مشبع لما عاملت به الموحدين من برك وإحساني فباليقين أقتل لولا ما حكمت بي من تعذيب جاحدي وقضيت به من إخلاد معاندي لجعلت النار كلها بردا وسلاما وما كان لأحد فيها مغرا ولا مقاما لكنك تقدست أسماؤك أقسمت أن تملأها من الكافرين من الجنة والناس أجمعين وأن تخلد فيها المعاندين وأن تجل ثناؤك قلت مبتدعا وتتبلت بالإنعام متكرما أفمن كان مؤمنا كمن كان فاسقا لا يستوون صلوات. Last part of the dua, inshallah, remember those who used to be with us, your loved ones, all those, especially those who sponsor the program. And tonight is a special night of Shahadat. التماس الدعاء نسألكم الدعاء. إلهي وسيدي فأسألك بالقدرة التي قدرتها وبالغذية التي حتمتها وحكمتها وقلبت من عليه أجريتها أن تاب لي في هذه الليلة وفي هذه الساعة كل جرم أجرمته وكل ذنب أذنبته وكل قبيح أسررته وكل جهل عملت كتمت أو أعلنت أخفيت أو أظهرت وكل سيئة أمرت بإثبات الكرام الكاتبين الذين وكلتهم بحفظ ما يكون مني وجعلتهم شهودا علي مع جباره وكنت أنت الرقيب علي من ورائهم والشاهد لما خفي عنه وبرحمتك أخفيت وبفضلك سترت وأن توفر حظي من كل خير أنزلت أو إحسان فضلت أو بر نشرت أو رزق تبسط أو ذنب تغفر أو خطأ تستر يا رب يا رب يا رب يا رب يا رب يا رب يا إلهي وسيدي ومولاي ومالك رقي يا من بيدي ناصيتي يا عليما بضري ومسكنتي يا خبيرا بفقري وفاقتي يا رب يا رب يا رب يا رب يا رب يا رب أسألك بحقك وقدسك وعظم صفاتك وأسمائك أن تجعل أوقاتي من الليل والنهار بذكرك معمورة وبخدمتك موصولة وأعمالي عندك مقبولة حتى تكون أعمالي وأورادي كلها وردا واحدا وحالي في خدمتك سرمدا يا سيدي يا من علي مؤولي يا من إليه شكوت أحوالي يا رب يا رب يا رب يا رب يا رب يا رب قف على خدمتك جباره واشدد على العزيمة جوانه وابلي الجد في خشيته والدوام في الاتصال بخدمته حتى أسرح إليك في ميادين السابقين وأسرع إليك في البارزين واشتاق إلى قربك في المشتاقين وأذنب منك دنو المخلصين وأخافك مخافة المؤمنين واجتمع في جوارك مع المؤمنين اللهم ومن أرادني بسوء الفأر ومن كادني فكر واجعلني من أحسن عبيدك نصيبا عندك وأقربهم منزلة مني وأخصم زلفة لدي فإنه لا ينال ذلك إلا بفضلي وجد لي بجودك واعتف علي بمجدك واحفظني برحمتك واجعل لساني بذكرك لهجا وقلبي بحبك متيما ومن علي بحسن إجابتي وأقلني عثرتي واغفر زلتي فإنك قضيت على عبادك بعبادتي وأمرتهم بدعائي وضمنت لهم الإجابة فإليك يا رب نصبت وجهي وإليك يا رب مددت يدي فبعزتك استجب لي دعائي وبلغني مناي ولا تغت من فضلك رجائي اكفني شر الجن والإنس من أعدائي يا سريع الرضا يا سريع الرضا اغفر لمن لا يملك إلا الدعاء فإنك فعال لما تشاء يا من اسمه دواء وذكره شفاء وطاعته غنى ارحم من رأس ماله الرجاء وسلاه البكاء يا سابق النعم يا دافع النقم يا نور المستوحشين في الظلام يا عالما لا يعلم صل على محمد وآل محمد وفعل بما أنت أهله وصلى الله على رسوله والأئمة الميامين من آله وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا الله محمد وآل محمد Inshallah, recite the Fatiha for all the marhumin, those used to be with us, especially tonight, those who are sponsored. Isal Sawab for marhum Ghazanfar Ali Khan, marhuma Bandar Nisa Begum, marhum Agha Sayyid Hashim Musavi, and marhuma Sayyida Begum, and all your marhumin. رحم الله من يقرأ الفاتحة مع الإخلاص والصلوات.
فاتحة مع الصلوات. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. قتل سرور ہے آج واویلا روز محشر ہے آج واویلا روز محشر ہے آج واویلا زہر منصور شے کو غلیے گھر گھر ہے غلیے گھر گھر ہے خلد میں پن جتن کیس غم سے روح مضطر ہے روح مضطر ہے قتل بے جرم کر کے صادق کو خوش سے تمگر ہے خوش سے تمگر ہے قتل سرور قرباں ملک تھے جعفر صادق کی شان پر حافظ فدا تھے مصحف ناطق کی شان پر مولا تو جان دیتے تھے خالق کی شان پر معشوق کو بنا معشوق کو بنا عاشق کی شان پر قائل زبان منافق کی ہو گئی عالم میں دھوم الفت صادق کی عالم میں دھوم الفت صادق باقر کے لخت دل کو نہ آیا کبھی غضب تابع خدا کے حکم کا تھا سرور عرب کرتا تھا صبر ناصر دین حبیب رب دیتا تھا صدمے آپ کو منصور بے ادب فرعون عصر پھر گیا فخر کلیم سے کینا تھا سنگ سخت کو در کینا تھا سنگ سخت کو در کینا تھا سنگ سخت کو در رہتی تھی اس کو شام سحر فکر قتل شاہ جلتا تھا آفتاب امامت سے روسیاں تھی آرزو کے خانے حیدر ہو پھر تباہ ہو بے امام خادم سلطان دی پناہ سادات مبتلائے بلائے عظیم ہو جعفر ہو قتل موسی جعفر ہو قتل موسی ظالم کو بے گناہ سے منظور تھی دغا مکار نے راک میں آخر طلب کیا کرتا رہا ارادہ قتل شہ ہدا اعجاز تازہ دیکھ کے کر دیتا تھا رہا تیغ ستم نکالتا تھا جب نیام سے چل سکتا تھا نہ زور دعائے چل سکتا تھا نہ زور صد حیف سنگ دلے کنا کچھ اسے کا تھا خیال مہمان میرا ہے گلشن باقر کا نونہال منصور کا بھی طرح کے وفا میں وہی تحال جیسے یزید و ابن زیاد و زبوں خصال کس طرح ظالموں نے ستایا حسین کو لوٹا بلا کے گھر سے شیم لوٹا بلا کے گھر سے شیم حق کے ولی کا دشمن جانی تھا روسیہ سب آفتوں سے بچ کے وطن میں جب آئے شاہ وہ ظلم ہو گیا کہ مدینہ ہوا تباہ انگور میں امام کو دلوایا زہر سرویریا زدی کا عجب حال ہو گیا سرسبز باغ دین کا پامال ہو گیا سرسبز باغ دین کا پامال ہو گیا
السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ الى ارواح المؤمنین والمؤمنات بالاخص مرحومین حاضرین مخصوصاً مرحوم مغفور غضنفر علی خان مرحومہ بدر النساء بیگم آغا سید ہاشم موسوی مرحومہ سیدہ بیگم الفاتحہ اعوذ باللہ من الشیطان الرجیم بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم لا حول ولا قوة الا باللہ العلی العظیم افوض امری الی اللہ واللہ بصیر بالعباد الحمد والثناء للہ رب العالمین ثم الصلاة والسلام تحت الاکرام علی جمیع الانبیاء والمرسلین والشہداء والصالحین والصدیقین وعلى آل محمد صلی اللہ علیہ وآلہ وسلم الذي سمع في السماء بأحمد في الأرضين بأبي القاسم محمد اللهم وعلى آل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين واللعنة دائما على أعدائهم أجمعين أما بعد فقد قال مولانا إمام جعفر الصادق روحي وأرواح العالمين لمقدمه الفدا أبى الله أن يعرف باطلا حقا أبى الله أن يجعل الحق في قلب المؤمن باطلا لا شك فيه وأبى الله فيه ولو لم يجعل هذا هكذا ما عرف حق من باطل ألا لا يستيقن القلب أن الحق باطل أبدا ولا يستيقن أن الباطل حق أبدا صدق اللہ وصدق رسولہ وصدق ولی الکریم صلوات. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us and give strength and tawfiq to have all the ni'mat and rahmat of this great month of Shawwal al-Mukarram. Today is the 25th day of the month of Shawwal al-Mukarram 1443 after Hijrah, the day of the Shahadats of our beloved Imam, Imam Jafar Sadiq, Ruhi wa Arwahul Alameen al-Maqdam Fida Salawats. I would like to extend my condolence to you all and Imam of our time and all the believers around the globe. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless upon us his shafa'at. So inshallah we can have him as our helper and shafi on the resurrection day, inshallah. So inshallah I'm going to talk and discuss a little bit about the life of our sixth Imam and also one of the hadith which is very important based on what he gave the guidance to one of his companions, and this will be a great guidance today for all of us. On the day of Shahadat, once we are here, we can get a great lesson from this hadith of our sixth Imam. Brief introduction of our sixth Imam. All of us, as we know that his birthday is on the 17th of Rabi'ul Awwal, 83 after Hijrah. Although we have a different traditions also, but this is what commonly accepted among the scholars, and that's what we are celebrating. And his Shahadat is on the 25th of Shawwal, 148, like such today, although we have other narrations also, but 25th of Shawwal is the most common accepted one. If you take this to his age, approximately was 65 at the time of his Shahadat. The reason of the Shahadat is poison, no doubt about that. And Mansur al-Dawaniqi, the second Khalifa of the Bani Abbas, he used to brag and he used to kind of announce among the people, I am the one who commanded and I'm the one who kind of did this shameful act. And he had no shame to admit among the people. About his timeline from the time of birth to the time of Shahadat, which is 65 years, 29 or 30 years he spent with his father, or fifth Imam, and approximately 35, 34, 36, based on different narrations, he lived as an Imam, and he was guiding the people as an Imam. His father is fifth Imam, and his mother is Farwa. And he had numerous titles. One of the titles is Sadiq. And the title of Sadiq, all of us, we know that at the time when the Khulafa of Bani Abbas, or the time of the sixth Imam, that was the time when the two big empire, they clashed, and the shift of power from Bani Umayyah to Bani Abbas happened in his lifetime. And he was witness of both times and how the Bani Abbas came to the power with the slogan of Ya Latharat al-Hussein. And also they want to claim that we are so close to the family of Ahlul Bayt and we want to restore the rights of the family of Ahlul Bayt, and we are the greatest promoter of the Karbala. And the Bani Abbas, from the time they started this mission, they wanted to have a clear picture among the people that we are the biggest supporter of Ahlul Bayt and Imam Hussein alayhi salam. But in reality, in action, what they did is completely opposite of what they claim for. And also we know that their, Bani Abbas, their existence and their lineage goes to Ubaidullah ibn Abbas, not Abdullah, because the Abbas, the uncle of Holy Prophet, he had two sons. At one time, both of his two sons are great companion of noble Prophet of Islam, and beloved Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen, and also beloved Imam Hassan. But they, both brothers, Abdullah and Ubaidullah, they had a different path after Imam Hassan. Abdullah, he stayed with Imam Hassan and he continued to be loyal to Imam Hassan, and with Imam Hussain also he was with Imam Hussain. But Ubaidullah, he's the one who betrayed Imam Hassan and the one who traded Imam Hussain for only 600,000 dinar. Being from Imam Hassan as a governor of Yemen and holding that lofty position, and then from Imam Hussain, he got the title of Asadullah, and he was the commander-in-chief of the army of Imam Hassan, which was more than 200,000. One of the biggest army of the time Imam Hassan he had. Just to understand the scope of his power, beloved Imam Ali al-Islam, when he was fighting against Muawiyah, his army was 12,000. And Muawiyah's army was 36,000, 3 times. And Muawiyah was easily defeated. And Muawiyah, he used the trick to betray Imam Ali al-Islam. That's why they end up with the Hakamiyats. And the result of the Hakamiyat was the Abu Musa Ash'ari from the side of Imam Ali al-Islam. He was betrayer, and we know that he was not capable person, especially when you are going to have a debate or you want to represent someone to make a deal. And he was not capable to begin with, but from Muawiyah, Amr As, he was very clever and famous to betray people, and he was able to betray Amr As, Abu Musa Ash'ari, easily. So that's why he was defeated. So the result was Imam Ali al-Islam, he got, became Shaheed, and then Muawiyah and Imam Hassan. Imam Hassan's army was more than 200,000. And Muawiyah this time, not 36,000, because majority of them, they had no energy to fight. And their army was shrink to 6,000 to 8,000. Just do the math. One side 6,000 to 8,000 army, and one side close to 200,000. Easy win, right? But Muawiyah, what he did is, he started at tricks, and he was able to bought some of the soldiers and some of the key figures, one of them Ubaidullah. So then this Ubaidullah, after betraying and kind of trading Imam Ali, Imam Hassan and his Iman, everything for 600,000 dinar, the result was very clear. The army of Imam Hassan was divided. And Imam Hassan, he has a force to do the treaty with Muawiyah. Sulh. So then they had this grudge. And also they wanted to get in power to show that we're not betrayers. The children of Ubaidullah. Then what they did is they used a trick to be in the side of Ahlul Bayt and claiming that no, the Bani Umayyah, they are the one who are bad people. And we need to eliminate Bani Umayyah. And the result, because they had a beautiful slogan, and they were able to capture hearts and minds of the people. And the result was what? They got the victory. And right after they got the victory, what they did is they flipped their philosophy and their mindset to go and capture and kill Ahlul Baits and the children of Ahlul Baits. And they were the biggest enemy of Imam Jafar Sadiq. That is just background I want to give you so we can be on the same page. So now one can debate and argue that how can that happen? Because if Bani Abbas, they came to power with the slogan of Ya la Tharat al-Hussein and want to be with the side of Haqq and Imam Hussein and Ahlul Bayt and want to give them back their rights and restore the Haqq, what happened? And where was the loopholes? It's very clear. The hadith which I quoted from beloved Imam, when companion of Imam they came, what happened? Why this happened? Our Imam says, look, when it comes to haqq and batil, la yastayqan al-qalb. No heart is not mu'min, believer, non-believer, kafir, Muslim, mushrik, mulhid, anyone, no one will accept batil or haqq, or no one will be happy with batil while haqq is clear to them. But the problem is when the place of haqq shifted to batil and batil take the position of haqq, that's the time people, they will go to the wrong direction. So how can be? It's very easy, brothers and sisters. According to ahadith and riwayats, the first point is tadlis, when haqq and batil will mixed. And in reality, there is a batil and they want to have a taste of haqq to betray people. And once that happened, nothing. So what was their slogan? Ya la Tharat al-Hussein. Beautiful. But their intention is what? Their own ego, egocentric. Their own rights. Today, if you want to see, it's very easy. Majority of these movements, when they came, they're not claiming that we want to support, for example, you can say LGBTQ or feminism and all of that. What they say is very clear. Human rights. It's a beautiful slogan. Has no doubt about that. And once they come with human rights, what they mean from human rights is what they have a hidden agenda. And with that hidden agenda, they will change haqq to batil and batil to haqq. Right? So in that case, for example, in India, you can see what's happening about hijab. They're not saying that hijab is bad. What they're saying is day and night, the woman's dignity, want to reinstate the woman's rights, want to bring the power to the woman, empowerment of the woman. But what they mean is not what they're doing, right? It's very clear. So a mix of haqq and batil. By the way, it's not that easy what I'm talking, but easier than that when they use the different techniques of mixing haqq and batil. This is over the course of time happening, but in different form and shape and different types. But end result is very easy, that no one will accept batil as a batil. And no one wants to go batil or haqq. But the problem is when haqq and batil mixed, that's first. Second, Quran says, Zuyyana, zinat, painting the beauty picture over batil. Once you paint the beauty picture or the batil, it's a very obvious, like our sixth Imam said, Inna Allaha Jamilun wa yuhibbul Jamal. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is all beauty and He likes a beauty. Right? No doubt about that, right? So all of us, we incline to like and love the beauty. No doubt about that. Because it's innate nature. It's part of our fitra. But the problem is when you have a poison in the glass, you make a beautiful appearance of the glass and mix some sweet there and present that. What will happen? Batil, poison by itself, no one wants to touch. But right now, batil is presented in a beautiful bottle with a beautiful label, with lots of beautiful slogans and a beautiful flavor. So obviously people will fall to that. Over the course of time, exactly the same tactic Muawiyah used to govern all his lifetime. And after time, the Bani Umayyah did it, and Bani Abbas changed that. The paint of beauty over the batil. The batil was what? They wanted to go and kill, but they were not killing innocent people with this slogan. What they say is, they are the biggest problem for the Muslim Ummah. If they let do or they are free, we cannot live because they are the biggest threat to the society, and so on and so forth. Once you own the media, and with the power of media, you inject the beauty picture upon batil, you begin to believe that yes, that is the situation. And what happens is majority don't bother to stand for haqq. Always, our sixth Imam, he has a beautiful message that this is a desire of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that majority, they don't resist. A few handful people, they stand for batil, and few handful people, they stand for haqq, right? But the problem is, if the equation changes, majority, they accept batil, then the power of haqq will be weakened and batil will take over. It's not that every single person back then or every single today, they are inclining towards batil. No, that's not the case. Because of all of that, they take one step back. Third, why batil people they accept? Because they're forced to, majburi, and they have no other choice. They don't try, they're, akle maita, whatnot, you can call it. According to hadith, and I don't have a time to go in detail about that. Just just mentioning these points. Fourth, why? Because of lack of knowledge. And once you don't have a proper knowledge, ignorant is not something up there. No, as simple as if I don't know my wazifa, my duty, my responsibility towards my wife, towards my family, towards my society, towards my siblings, it's easy for me to miss that, right? Because we are caught up with lots of things. And why our sixth Imam, he warned us, don't be tunnel vision in your approach. Sometimes people, they invest and they're gungo, they have only one vision. I want to, for example, become, or my job, or wealth, whatnot, day and night. Or when they use the social media day and night, they ruin their own family. They don't have a time to their own family. Sometimes, you see, nowadays, just you go, you see the statistics. And also, I see in our own school and other schools, even when I go to, for example, public school, because I am in Warm Spring District Public School as an honorary board member, I see tens of other schools. And our Islamic is everywhere. One of the biggest problem is parents, they don't have a time for their own children, and there is no connection. Once they lose this connection, then they cannot be effective friends to their own children. Once they come, they're in social media, everything, they get angry, they get affected, and so on and so forth. Then what will happen? Poor kids, they have no other choice. So just ask yourself, when was a quality time between me and my spouse, between me and my children? Weekly, how many times I'm taking them to the park, whatnot. So these are the things very important to understand, brothers and sisters. If we don't have a proper knowledge, if we don't have a proper balance in our life, it's easy for us to miss the haqq and choose the batil, because batil has a strength and power and take you one direction. And don't think that that direction is always bad direction. Could be good directions. We have a hadith and riwayat from the time of our holy prophet or imams. What happened is, some of the companions, you know what? Enough from this dunya. I got enough. And I don't want to, for example, be with this dunya. Just they go and they dig the hole like a grave, and they want to do sajda, tawaf, tasbih, and namaz, and all of that. That's also extreme. Although they're praying and fasting, but their prayer and fasting has no value whatsoever when they're not doing the duty towards their own family, right? So all of that is why lack of understanding, lack of balance, and we choose to go to batil. And one of the very important aspects, brothers and sisters, we have to understand that why we choose the batil is because once we have a multiple choices. And once we have a multiple choices, then we flip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What happens is, the minimum thing is, you're going to waste your time, and end of the day, you're going to force to choose the worst choice of what you have, right? Why? Because you're flipping, and you're spinning around the same thing, and you have multiple choices. It's not that multiple choices is bad. You have to be smart, and you have to be very precise. That's why it should be limit for everything. You don't want to, for example, just flip-flop. So all of that. So these are the few points which I want to mention and bring here, that the same reasons back then and the same reasons today and perhaps till the judgment day will repeat. But what happened is, with different tactics, different circumstances, different conditions, different names, and different types. But shaitan is the same shaitan. Nafs-e ammara is the same nafs-e ammara. Our desires are the same desire. Back then, I want to be, for example, a billionaire, then trillionaire, and all of that is for what? For nothing, end of the day. So that's what our sixth Imam is warning, that being in that power, our sixth Imam, he had very few handful people. Just go back to the history. When our fourth Imam, he came back to Medina, in Medina, handful people, you can count in your finger, handful people, those who are in the side of haqq. But when they want to greet Imam as-Sajjad, thousands of people, they came, they chanting, crying, everything. A week later, the same people, nothing, they're sitting. The same governor, he imposed the sanctions against fourth Imam to the point that he cannot enter the masjids. And no one cared about that. Right? What happened? I said, sometimes when you see the history, wow, all of those thousands of people chanting, coming, and they had the same slogan. What happened to them? As if nothing, right? And then Imam as-Sajjad, he started his mission towards where? Children, investing the children. When the sixth Imam time came, the things are different. But the same tactic, they're using to mix the haq and batil, to paint the batil, the haq or the batil, and also to keep people out of the ignorant, and so on and so forth. Those few points which I mentioned, the same tactics they use, and then what happened? The result was again the corner or sixth Imam. One can ask, wow, when I read that this was the zigzag path, people that coming and going. One time, our sixth Imam, when he used to walk to the masjids, there was no even place to sit in the masjids. Back then, 6,000 to 16 or 18,000 students, not a joke. From across the globe, they used to come to Medina to get the knowledge from our sixth Imam. The very same people, just right now, for example, here, although we are not living together, we are very far. With social media, maybe you can get a quick news and all of that. But I don't think that we have 18,000 students here. If something happened, what happened? You want to rush, you want to see what's, the time of our sixth Imam. Mansur Dawanaqi, he wants to test people. And what it is, right? He wants to test. What he did? The first time, he burned the house of our sixth Imam. Ibn Khaldun and also the Ahl Sunnat Tariq al-Tabari, they mentioned that the same caliph, Mansur Dawanaqi, they came and he brought the torch. And in front of the people, he said that, Hada Baytul Kufr. This is the house of Kufr. He throws that. And then fire catch up. We're 17, 18,000 students. What happened to them? Watching, right? When Mansur Dawanaqi goes to home, a few handful people, they come. And when they were helping Imam to come over from this fire, Imam, he began to shed the tears. And hadith says, or Imam, he was saying some words, zamzamimi cats. He was saying some whispering. Some companion came, said, Oh Imam, Joel Nak, Joel Tafidak, may our life be sacrificed to you. Alhamdulillah, we're able to capture that. Nothing happened. Your wife, your children, yourself, Alhamdulillah, it's okay. It's okay, no problem. We're able to take care of this fire, and right now you're okay. Our Imam said, no, I'm not crying for myself or this fire. So for what? Sallallahu alayka ya Aba Abdullah. He turned his face to Karbala and he said that, I'm crying for the madhlumiyat of my grandfather, Imam Sajjad. I'm in Medina. 18,000 students. Everyone wants to help me. But because of the power, no one wants to help. So what was the madhlumiyat of Imam Sajjad? After the Ashura, Asra Ashur, when the enemies, they came and they put the fire in the tent, and when the tents are begin to have a fire, our Ammatuna, our great aunt Zainab Kubra Salamu Alaiha, she was walking, she was going from one tent to another tent to save the children. Sallallahu alayka ya Aba Abdullah. Brothers and sisters, today we are here on the day of the Shahadat of Imam Jafar Sadiq. Take your hearts to Medina and sit in Medina, stand in the qabr of Imam Jafar Sadiq. I don't know whether you go to any shrine, you can see the shrine of each Imam. But when you go to Baqi, Assalamu alayka ya Imam Jafar Sadiq al-Madhlub. When you go, you see there is no shrine, there is nothing, no sign for qabr or for madloom qabr, and stand there and say, oh Imam, after 14th century I'm here to say salam to you. Oh Imam, I'm here, inshallah, be our helper on the resurrection day. Allahumma inna nas'aluka bismika al-azim al-a'zam al-a'azz al-ajal al-akram ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah, ya Allah. Matam ya Hussein.
Inheritor of Rasul, his wisdom and in his speech, his fate like that of Batul. Don't drag him through the street. Inheritor of Rasul, his wisdom and in his speech, his faith like that of Batul. Don't drag him now through the streets. Where is his turban and cloak? Don't you know who this man is? His place is on the pulpit. Have you pulled him out like this? What did they do to constantly have their doors burnt, even with their tents? Your lesson you've not learned. Leave this family of the press. They're the first, they're Jafari, oh our brothers. Where are the Ansarullah? I had still not forgotten how they set fire to the door. For us fire is coming. Now they have come back for more. Thousands of students, but now tell me who will rise with me. They attack the house again. I am alone like Ali. When will they rise up? Support their living Imam, more than a teacher. Breath of God and the Quran. How I wish to meet she as we can depend on. They are Jafari. Where are the Ansarullah? Is poison worse than deceit? I feel it's burn, but really what burns me more is this thought. From Hassan they did retreat. After Hussein there were three. No other lovers were left. They burned the prophetic tree. Did we deserve this neglect? All we had we placed before you, O Medina. All we had we placed before you, O Medina. How could you betray the children of Mustafa, those who did remain alongside Imam Sajjad? They are Jafari, they are Jafari. Shaheed Imam Sadiq, Shaheed Imam Sadiq, Shaheed Imam Sadiq, Shaheed Imam Sadiq, Shaheed Imam Sadiq. Everyone, Shaheed Imam Sadiq, Shaheed